should be good. Let me go look. Much better. I got that 1440p. What's up? Welcome back. 1440p candlesticks. I can see its third dimension now. Yeah, man. Wow, crisp. Is it crisp for you guys? I don't know if it's crisp. I hope it is.
Welcome to the E-Trades 4K.
I think it's because I have this window like stretched out pretty much because I cut out the trading view tools and stuff. My stream health is dying apparently. According to YouTube, I have multiple errors now. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent often enough. Okay, error number 2. You need to change the video resolution. The current resolution is 1440p. It is not supported for this configuration. Well, hey man, if the stream's working, that's all that matters. Is the stream working for you guys? That's the question.
The only solution is a PC upgrade.
Yeah.
It has to be business expense, bro.
Okay. Should be fine. I'm shifting. I'm not in a trade right now. I'm just waiting. I'll give my outlook in a bit, but I don't really have any. I don't have anything right now. Shifting from Forex to futures, is trading with prop firm good here? Yes. I would start with Top Step, and then after that, I'd go to the futures desk. Actually, either one's fine. I think both of them are really good. I am affiliated with the futures desk though, so just FYI. How much for your mentorship? Depends. Actually, no, it doesn't really depend. I don't have a low cost one anywhere. So it's 3,500 USD for my mentorship. Application link is in the description if you guys want to apply, but as of right now, I am still pretty focused on the current students, so you can put in your application and I'll reach out to you guys when it's ready. It's probably gonna be like 2-3 months out from here, but it's gonna be on a first come first serve basis as well, so whoever gets their applications in, I'll just look over it. Yeah, 100%. Ryan, you're in Jason's, right? What's your training experience? I've been training for 3 years now. What's the bias I'm looking at longing today, bro? So I have like two scenarios that I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna give you guys a pre-market outlook in a little bit here. I just want to make sure like I give everyone a chance to join up before I do. That way I don't have to repeat myself 50 times for my pre-market, but I'll probably give it at like 9:15. So 10 minutes from now I'll give my pre-market. I have around 1.5 years of experience. I'm currently in smart money concepts learning. Will it be worth? I think trading will be worth it. Um, smart money concept, I don't really have too much experience with that. I think smart money concept was derived from ICT, and then ICT was derived from like footprint charts. That's my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of strategies out there that work. It's just about if you stick with the same thing for long enough, you'll learn how to actually use it, and then from there it really is just risk management and psychology. So can you tell me what strategy should I test for me, although I have trained my psychology and I'm doing good? It really depends. It's like have you been sticking with the same strategy already? Because if you have, there's no point in me telling you just switch to a different strategy since you say you're doing good already. Because the main thing is to stick with one thing for long enough, and past that point is just risk management, psychology, trusting in your edge. It's just probabilities at the end of the day, right? Like obviously I could promote my mentorship, be like, oh yeah, my model is really good. You should start learning my model. But like at this,
Link in bio.
it's like that it's just detrimental. It's detrimental to your learning because you already have a strategy that you've been using and you're doing good with it. So there's no point in me actually telling you. There's a lot of strategies like trend lines, there's footprint, there's SMC, ICT, patterns. Like everything works. It's just how well do you know that one thing? I'm learning now not having a strict strategy. So if you don't have a set strategy or trading plan in place, then you can feel free to look at my YouTube channel. I have a bunch of lectures there that you can look through. My full model is there. If it resonates with you, then you can join up these live streams and I'll be trading it in front of you every single day. Not every single day, sorry. Tuesday through Thursday for you guys. So So 5 more minutes, I'm gonna give my pre-market outlook. Saw your videos and those were absolutely nice, but I need to do backtesting and learning and applying it, so I think I will need around 4 more months to complete. Yeah, once again, if you enjoyed the lectures that I put out and it really resonated with you, then for sure just stick with that, because I can promise you right now, all of my lectures, like, it builds up into my model, and then I've given you guys my model as well. I know for a fact that is profitable. So just hone in, lock in on that one model for the next 4 months, 6 months, and just figure out the ins and outs of this one model. And that will take you much further than trying to learn everything. It's better to learn one or two things that resonate with you and then to try to learn 50 different things. In your model, you need two SMTs to enter a trade. Sometimes it's dependent. Recently, I've been trading the 5-minute, 15-minute chart just for teaching purposes. It's a lot easier. If I drop down to anything below the 5-minute chart, then yes, I require like a 5-minute, 1-minute SMT stacked on top of each other. I need, or like a 1-minute, 15-second stacked on top of each other. But since I'm trading 5-minute, 15, sometimes I don't really require it because I'm just intraday trading. So usually when you have like a SMT plus change in state delivery or inversion or market structure shift, that's enough to give you direction of the day already. So I appreciate the kind words. Still bullish on indices. I'm about to give my my pre-market research or pre-market outlook in about 2.5 minutes here. But as of right now, I'm leaning both ways, to be honest. I have both bias in mind, and I'll explain why. Appreciate the kind words. All right, so 1 more minute, I'll give my pre-market outlook, and then, well, I mean, we pretty much already started. So I'm really just waiting for one of two things to happen. And if I'm wrong on the first idea, then I'll just adapt and see if I can have a second idea today. That's usually how I go about my days, is 2 bullets per day. If my initial idea is invalidated, then I'll look for the opposing idea.
I'm good live.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm gonna give my pre-market outlook now. So pretty much going into today, there is 8:30 news today. So I was sitting at my desk beginning at 8 a.m., but there wasn't anything super interesting to me because price was pretty much already pushing lower. So higher time frame wise on the monthly chart, we have this bullish range. So overall, I'm still bullish. I would like to see all-time highs being the draw as of right now for the monthly chart. I was originally looking at this breaker block on the weekly chart, but after this down closed week last week, this week has proven very bullish so far. So in my opinion, this looks like low probability analysis, which is why I am disregarding the weekly chart as of right now. So I'm going to be relying on the monthly and daily chart as my higher time frame outlook. Right now on the daily chart, I see that external range liquidity has been purged on the highs here, but on YM it failed to. So there is a SMT with external range high. So potentially our external range low, which would be May 7th low, this could potentially be our draw. However, as of right now, just keeping it conservative, I am looking for this internal range liquidity on the daily chart, which is this fair value gap right here. And from this gap, I would look for either are we able to get a SMT, continue higher, or we're going to just push through it and continue lower, looking for this low ultimately, this range low. So that is pretty much my higher time frame outlook as of right now. Is I am overall leaning bullish, but right now I am leaning a little bearish for retracement because of this SMT on the high with this external range high. So dropping down to the 90-minute chart, you could also use the 1 hour chart if you'd like, but I personally prefer the 90-minute chart. Is right now I can see that there is two scenarios for intraday wise. So here I see that YM has already traded into a discount of this range right here on the 90-minute chart. ES has traded into a discount of this range. NQ has failed to trade it into a discount of this range. So because 2 out of 3 markets have already traded into discount of the range, I can see a bullish continuation. However, because my higher time frame outlook as of right now is short-term bearish or mid-term bearish, I'd say, I wouldn't be opposed to a bearish idea from this fair value gap right here. So the 6 a.m. candle, this fair value gap right here, I wouldn't be opposed to looking for sells from here and watch what price wants to do at previous day low. So once price, if price reaches previous day low on YM, I'll keep a close eye to see if NASDAQ ES is able to speed up for bearish price action. Otherwise, I'll be very careful once that does happen, because that would be an opposing SMT on the lows. Then that would allow us to look for continued higher prices. Does that make sense to everyone? Type 1 if it does. Type 2 if it doesn't. Great. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask. But as of right now, I can see there's a 5-minute SMT setting up on the highs right now. And the reason why I like the 90-minute chart is because the previous 90-minute candle is just simply the 90-minute range. So knowing that this fair value gap is here, knowing that this is the high of the previous 90-minute candle, I know that this would be a 5-minute SMT within a fair value gap, which is why if one of these don't fill this fair value gap, I would look for continued lower prices. So that is what my eye is on as of right now. We have 10 minutes until equities open. So that will be my plan going to today, is if we get a step on the lows, I'll be open to looking for longs, but I would prefer to see bearish SMTs invalidated before going long, given the higher time frame narrative. What's up, Gary? I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Do you take into account the previous days or do you focus most on the previous day? Because for this week, we have a completed market maker buy model, previous week high. Now we are just reacting to the situation. So personally, I only pay attention to time-based liquidity. So that would be previous week high, previous day high. But yes, you are correct. I am paying attention to previous week high, which is making me lean somewhat bearish. Because we've taken out this previous week high on ES and NQ, we failed to take it out on YM. That's an SMT. And on the daily chart, that's an SMT with this external range high, which is why right now I'm open to bearish price action. But yes, I always only pay attention to previous range high, previous range low. So previous week high, previous week low, previous day high, previous day low, previous session high, previous session low, previous 90-minute cycle high, previous 90-minute cycle low. What do you look for to confirm we would be going internal from the external? So it depends on what timeframes you're looking at, but if we just categorize it into higher time frame, intermediate term time frame, and lower time frame, then I always, in my head, I'm always thinking I'm trading the intermediate term time frame. So is the intermediate term time frame going from internal to external range liquidity? And is it in alignment of the higher time frame? From there, I'll drop down to the lower time frame and just look for I'll drop down either one time frame or two time frames and just look for an SMT from that E level of the intermediate term time frame and trade that. So lower time frame is simply for me to dissect price, get a confirmation, and refine my RR. What I'm truly trading is the intermediate term time frame. So I'm trading the 90-minute chart or the 6-hour chart. The higher time frames, like the daily, weekly, monthly, it just simply gives me context of why price is trying to go somewhere. Amazing. So if we get this SMT with the 5-minute on the high, then I'd like to see a bigger displacement lower, creating change in state delivery, and that's probably what's going to get me involved in this trade here for a short, since it's in alignment of my higher time frame. However, if all of these previous 90-minute high SMTs, so the 5-minute SMT on the high is invalidated, we create an SMT on the low instead, then that's where I'll look for a long idea. Let's assume you have 4-hour internal range liquidity. Do you use SMT on 1 hour? Yes. So if I have a 4-hour internal to external range liquidity or vice versa, that framework will require either a 1 hour SMT for me or a 15-minute SMT for me. Exactly. The previous 90-minute high is from where to where? It is just, you go on the 90-minute chart, you look at the previous 90-minute candle, and that's what it is. Specifically, that would be 7:30 to 9 a.m. That's the candle I'm paying attention to right now. That's the range, 7:30 to 9 a.m. But it's splitting each session into quarters is what it's doing.
But that is a kind of more long-term range.
I'm gonna watch Elijah's stream as well,
I would
see what he's up to.
appreciate a little bit of bullishness. It'd be nice so we can get an entry, get some SMTs and lows, and we can see.
Actually, I'm just gonna mute his stream. I'll just read his chat though if anyone talks in there. I like using the candles than the structure. They got 2 minutes or a minute and a half here for equities open. We'll see what price wants to do. So 20 seconds here. So this trade idea, I can already start anticipating. Even if we got an SMT up here, we'd have to wait around 10 minutes for the next candle to develop. So we'll see what happens. So now we have equities open.
Cool. I'm back.
Welcome back.
What I miss?
Not much. I'm just waiting for the SMTs. Either on the low or the high. I'm going to take either stab because my plan is kind of just both sided right now. And then if
Oh,
one gets invalidated, then I'll just look for the opposing bias. And then that'll be my 2 bullets for today.
gotcha. Lords FX, welcome. What's good? Good to see you. Yeah, I just told him my plan is higher time frame bullish. I can see why it was like going lower with previous month high and 15-minute with Asian London, but I'm still leaning bullish overall, and I'd
Yeah.
like to see 1 or 2 of the markets go discount before anything.
Oh, that's your range. Oh my gosh, your range is massive.
Yeah, my range is massive. I was like, I'm also keeping an eye on like a smaller range, like this range as well.
Okay. I see
Yeah,
you.
like yeah. Something like that. Keep an eye on, but like, why I'm already traded like well past that. Like if I were to do a closer range.
I didn't trade past it yet though. That's why I'm looking at a previous day low as of right now. Potentially get a bullish push.
And looking at why I'm creates a previous day. Yeah, I think you just said that clearly.
Alright, then we have previous week high SMT, so expected move appears to be lower. What would invalidate this? For me, the invalidation would be like if we get a previous day low SMT with like really bullish order flow, then that's what'll make me lean long again. But as of right now, my higher time frame, I am leaning for a retracement lower before looking for higher prices again. Are you looking for entry after 11? I'm looking for entry whenever one presents itself. So what I wanted to see at 9:30 was if we were able to get a push above this 90-minute high and then create a change in state delivery to get me involved. As of right now, price is pushing lower, so I don't have an entry right now. But this may set up a good long setup dependent on how price reacts at previous day low. Otherwise, I would just continue looking for shorts if price just displaces together, and I wouldn't have a trade, so it is what it is. You don't use R2Y, I do not. I keep it very simple. I just use ranges and SMT. That's it. Nothing else.
You're watching a toothbrush play Billie Eilish. But
Can we wait? That's the name of the game.
I have an ad on YouTube.
Bro's running ads. I hope I'm not running ads. Let me know if I'm running ads, guys. I'm gonna try to not.
No, I was listening to like lo-fi. I just got a random ad.
Oh, what the heck? Wait, lo-fi on like Spotify?
Oh no. On YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I never hear you talk about macro time to use that as a confluence. I do not. I don't use macros. I used to for a little bit, but I stopped. Oh man, my allergies are going crazy, bro. Who's speaking with you? That's Elijah. Are you guys able to hear him?
Hello, hello.
You guys should be
Hello,
able to hear
guys.
him in the back.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, they can hear you. That's Elijah. He's also streaming right now if you guys want to check out his stream. His YouTube channel is called Eli, ELI, and his title is Live Trading Index Futures.
Yeah, it should be the similar title, I think.
It should be the same title, other than the date.
Oh yeah, I got the date wrong. Oops. Alright, cool.
Yeah, exactly, Aaron. I just once again like understanding that my entire like what am I trading is the 90-minute or the 6 hour. This has been super. I guess I'd say it was very freeing, like thinking this way because it's like, is there a reason to even take a trade right now? Like if we trade it into this 90-minute for value up, yeah, I'd like to look for a short here on the 90-minute chart. So I'll dissect that on the 5-minute chart. But because we didn't get that, I'm still waiting, right? So what I'm truly trading is the 90-minute chart or the 6-hour chart. And because I'm doing that, it allows me to pretty much disregard the element of time. I don't fully disregard the element of time. I always get to my desk 30 minutes before volatility injection, but just doing this allows me to look for opportunities or manage my trade on a longer term basis rather than just closing it intraday sometimes. Good stuff. I'm not in a trade for those wondering. Actually, I'm just going to put it in trade. Not in looking for opportunities. There you go.
Alright, cool.
You look at the lack of wick on the top of 6-hour candle at all. 6-hour chart. Let's take a look. I don't because there's a wick. Like there's a very, very small wick, which is why I don't really pay attention to it. Yeah. On all three assets, there's a very, very, very small wick. So I don't really look at it. I only look at candles with no wick at all.
Mm.
Yeah, no worries. Waiting for change state delivery for long. Yeah, if we get a 5-minute change in state delivery, I'll probably look for a long here, but it's dependent on if this SMT can hold. But the thing that I'm mainly concerned about if we are looking for longs is that YM right now is stalling, which typically means with the way NQ and ES is moving, YM could potentially just be waiting for NQ ES to catch up. So we'll see NQ ES start pushing lower, and then once they catch up, they'll move together lower. So that's the only thing that's keeping me from looking for a long position right now. I don't think it's the highest probability trade. That's why, and especially it's not in alignment on my higher time frame. Earlier, if YM was able to push into previous day low and NQ was hesitating, then that would have been a higher probability long. But as of right now, with the way price is moving, not too interested.
It's like we just gonna be waiting. Name of the game.
What indicator do you use? So the one that plots this like line you see here, previous 90 high, previous 90 low. This indicator is a private indicator, so I can't share with you guys. But this one on the low here, on the bottom here, this is day quarterly theory by 2 degrees. That's the indicator. It's public, it's free. So right now, what I'm paying attention to is why I'm able to close below this previous 90-minute low. Because if it is, then it's most likely all three markets are just going to continue lower. So something to keep in mind. However, because I don't have any SMTs on the highs like I wanted at 9:30, this previous 90-minute high, if it drove into that, creating SMT into the 90-minute fair value gap, that would have been a perfect entry for this. But as of right now, because that didn't enter, I have no FOMO at all. I'm just simply waiting for my plan. So if it doesn't show, then this was never my opportunity to take. So with that closure here, I would just expect the markets to continue lower. So later, as of right now, there's not going to be an opportunity for me to enter this trade until at least 10:30. So that's something to keep in mind. I think it might be a pretty boring stream today. So if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. That way we can get some value out of this. Otherwise, my model, there's literally no way for me to capitalize on this trade right here because my model didn't present.
See if we can displace through Asia.
Does 90-minute? Oh my gosh, my voice just cracked. My bad. Does the 90-minute time frame represent the day's intervals, or is it different? Yeah, it just represents the 90-minute cycle. So if you go to 90-minute chart, it's just the sessions split into quarters. So far, analysis looking pretty good, but unable to capitalize. I'm missing something. Can you explain to me why we don't have an SMT fill on the 1-hour chart? I couldn't tell you, Ali. I honestly couldn't. That's what I was waiting for. It's like if this 90-minute high was taken, that's what I wanted. Change state delivery, that would have gotten me in the short. It just didn't happen. It is what it is. It's not my trade to take, you know? So that's just how I think about it. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. Oh, I see what you mean. Regardless, I only use the 90-minute chart. I'll be honest. 90-minute, 6-hour. So at the end of the day, it wasn't in my plan. You still use Unicorn as your entry model? Sometimes, but rarely. But it's the same concept as what I enter on everything else. It's just SMT. If a SMT creates a unicorn model, then yeah, that's high probability. If a SMT creates a change state delivery, that's also high probability. So I've just pretty much changed my entry just to get involved with the trade. I just wait for SMT, change state delivery, because I've already done all my homework on the higher time frames. All I need on the lower timer is just get involved. Once again, even if it looks bullish here, I'm not taking this trade. The reason I'm not taking this trade is because there's no SMT on the lows on the 5 minute or 15. And then also, previous day low has not been met yet. Are you a student of Trader Day? Yeah, I would say so. Is it now SMT with NQ hitting Asia low? It is not. In my eyes, it's not. For some people, it's just like to me, it's just a regular SMT. But I always look for time-based liquidity SMT. Which I guess Asia is time-based, but to clarify, I only look for previous time-based liquidity. So previous X high, previous X low. So if YM's able to create a previous 90-minute high SMT on the 5 minute, I mean, I'll still take this short because that'll still be into the 90-minute fair value gap. So I'm open to that as well. If it creates that, then I'll look for an entry. But that entry is going to be probably a change state delivery. Change state delivery or inversion fair value gap off of the SMT. So something to understand about macros though is what a macro is really, or in my opinion, is just a higher time frame candle closing and a new higher time frame candle opening. That's why it gives you that opportunity, because you're just trading the higher time frame candle power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So you put that into perspective. What significance do you place Asia low SMT? I don't pay attention to that. I'm already in the trade. Are you in a long or a short? Rooting for you. This just looks so bearish to me, but there's no way for me to get in.
I'm ready to trade. Can you increase your mic? It's kind of low. Oh, I just haven't talked, to be honest. There's not much to talk about.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about right now.
What's up, Jake? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just gonna wait.
Still looks good for lower prices. I just need, like, there's no way that I'm gonna enter here, because if I enter, so let's take it into perspective. If I was trading the 90-minute chart, right? If I wanted to trade the 90-minute chart, where would my key level be? Because as of right now, I can see price, let's say, open a new candle, trades back up here, and then continue lower. So that means that my stop loss, in order for me to be comfortable in a trade here, my stop loss had to be above this fair value gap probably. But if it tagged me in at this fair value gap, for example, on the 5-minute chart, I got a confirmation, so I can put my stop loss at like a swing high within this fair value gap on the 9-minute chart, then it makes sense for me to take this trade. Does that make sense? So that's why, and that's the context of why I'm not chasing this trade. I am starting to feel a little bit of emotions come on, so I might have to hop off soon.
It is definitely a little inducing. I can't lie.
Yeah, right. Like with the displacement low, right? Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. It's all good.
But honestly, this week has been pretty good so far. On Monday, I think I took a half-hour loss, or it's like basically break even. Tuesday, I got 2-hour win, and then Wednesday, I took a break even. If I don't trade today, that's completely fine, to be honest.
Honestly, it does look good for the original plan mentioned earlier, to be honest, with the way it's chopping, but
Like to go higher?
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
just,
not obviously a big fan of that 15-minute gap, but
I'm not a fan of previous day low not being hit.
But it's just dancing on Asia. And it's dancing on Asia and YM too for a while, so I'll see if that's true.
I gotta set up my camera. These streams are like, people can't tell if I'm not talking or not. It's like, is my mic working or stuff like that. How'd you get your symbol to show at the bottom right? This indicator is I think it's like watermark by 2 degrees or something like that. That's the indicator name.
Damn, 2 degrees be cooking, bro.
Yeah, he actually cooks so many
Trading
good
pay
indicators.
people if they have a lot of users.
No,
On the indicator. Oh, it doesn't. So you
they
just-
no, he sells them. So he has a website and you can sell. It's like WAP. You know how like WAP can give you like roles in Discord?
Uh-huh.
It's like the same thing with trading view indicators. You can make the indicator private and the WAP bot will auto manage like who has access or not
Oh, that's
based on
cool.
their subscription. Yeah. I really don't see a way I would get involved in this, so I'm probably just gonna hop off here. Type 1 if you guys are satisfied with the stream. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type it. I'll give you guys like 1 or 2 minutes to type your questions. Otherwise, I'll probably head out here. There's not much for me, and once again, being completely transparent with you guys, like seeing this displacement play out to my analysis, stuff like that is like I'm still human. I still have emotions. So seeing this displacement lower is like it looks really bearish to me. It's inducing me right now to feel FOMO. But the way I'm gonna manage this emotion is just simply get off my computer, turn off the charts, right? So welcome talk. I am actually just ending stream here, but I'll be live Tuesdays to Thursdays if you guys want to tune in. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button. That'd help a lot. Thank you. And if you want to check out any of my other socials, it's all in the description down below. So appreciate you guys. I do trade quarterly. I kind of trade quarterly theory. I incorporate it into my trading style. So on that note, I will head out here. Any place in Discord. I share my model on my YouTube channel. So you just go to my YouTube channel and I have all the videos there. Yeah, this is actually inducing me. This is making me FOMO right now. I can't lie. I gotta close this out. All right. Everyone, thank you for joining the stream. I gotta close my chart before I do something stupid. On that note, take care, everyone, and have a great day.
My stream's still on, by the way. Just want to say.
Yeah, I'm just ending my stream now.